This is my faith, this is my focus. All of my days, I know where my hope is. I live it loud, I shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking to you. I fix my eyes on you. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you. This is my faith, this is my focus. All of my days, I know where my hope is. I live it loud, I shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking to you. I'll fix my eyes on you. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you, oh yeah, oh yeah. Woo! You ready? Come on, let's go. Hands in the air, hands in the air. I know you're there, I know you're there. Anywhere, oh. Anywhere. I fix my eyes on you, Hands in the air, hands in the air. I know you're there, I know you're there. Anywhere. I fix my eyes on you, and keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking to you. I'll fix my eyes on you. You are my only, you are my only focus. You are my focus. I fix my eyes on you. This is my faith, this is my focus. All of my days, I know where my hope is. I live it loud, I shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking to you. I fix my eyes on you. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you. This is my faith, this is my focus. All of my days, I know where my hope is. I live it loud, I shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. and keep on looking, looking, looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking, looking, looking to you. I'll fix my eyes on you. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you, oh yeah, oh yeah. Woo! You ready? Come on, let's go. Hands in the air, hands in the air. I know you're there, I know you're there. Anywhere, oh. Anywhere. I fix my eyes on you, on you. Hands in the air, hands in the air. I know you're there, I know you're there. Anywhere, I fix my eyes on you, and keep on looking, looking, looking to you for where I'm going. No, you go there too. I'll keep on looking, looking, looking to you. I'll fix my eyes on you. You are my only, you are my only focus. You are my focus. I fix my eyes on you, on you, on you. This is my faith, this is my focus. All of my days, I know where my hope is. I live it loud, I shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And keep on looking, looking, looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking, looking, looking to you. I'll fix my eyes on you. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you, on you, on you. This is my faith, this is my focus. All of my days, I know where my hope is. I live it loud, I shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And keep on looking, looking, looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking, looking, looking to you. I'll fix my eyes on you. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you, oh yeah, oh yeah. Woo! You ready? Come on, let's go. Hands in the air, hands in the air. I know you're there, I know you're there. Anywhere, oh. Anywhere. I fix my eyes on you, on you. Hands in the air, hands in the air. I know you're there, I know you're there. Anywhere. I fix my eyes on you, and keep on looking, looking, looking to you for where I'm going. No, you go there too. I'll keep on looking, looking, looking to you. I'll fix my eyes on you. You are my only, you are my only focus. You are my only focus. I This is my faith, this is my focus. All of my days, I know where my hope is. I'll live it loud, I'll shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking to you. I'll fix my eyes on you. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you. This is my faith, this is my focus. All of my days, I know where my hope is. I'll live it loud, I'll shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking to you. I'll fix my eyes on you. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you, oh yeah, oh yeah. Woo! You ready? Come on, let's go. Hands in the air, hands in the air. I know you're there, I know you're there. Anywhere, oh. Anywhere. I fix my eyes on you, on you. Hands in the air, hands in the air. I know you're there, I know you're there. Anywhere. I fix my eyes on you, on you. And keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking to you. I'll fix my eyes on you. You are my only, you are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you. This is my faith, this is my focus. All of my days, I know where my hope is. I'll live it loud, I'll shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking.
sure of what we do not see. Hebrews 11:1.
Hello kids and welcome to SSC's Kids Online. We're so glad that you decided to join us this morning, and you can find us every single Sunday right here at 9 o'clock. Now before I hand things over to Adrian to talk a little bit more about this month's life app, which is faith, believing in what you can't see because of what you can see, I just want to let you know that Adrian had a ton of fun with this week's game. And if you would like to shoot a video of yourself playing this week's game, or if you've memorized our memory verse for this month, which is Hebrews 11:1, why don't you post that to SSC Next Gen, and you could win your very own DQ Blizzard this week. Before I hand you over, I just wanted to say one last thing, and that's that we as a church, Smite Street Church, are really focusing on the importance of taking that next step into baptism. And if you have not taken that next step and would like to follow Jesus into a baptism, why don't you pop me an email or give me a call? I would love to chat with you about that, and we can make sure that that can happen for you. So let's head on over to Adrian and have a great morning with worship and Bible story and a little bit of fun on the side too. See you later.
Morning, SSC Church. I hope everyone's having a really good day today, and I hope everyone's staying safe during these times. Alright, my name's Adrian. I'll be your host for today. And honestly, I kind of miss seeing everyone. Like everyone at church, just greeting them and talking to one another. Alright, I also miss just looking into the crowd when I would talk for stuff upstairs. Alright, but for today, we're going to be focusing in on today's life app, which is faith. Alright, faith is trusting in what you can't see because you can see. Alright? Let's say it all together in the count of three. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Faith is trusting in what you can't see because you can see. Alright? Think of it like the wind. Alright? We cannot see like the actual wind, but we know what it does. For example, like when we see the trees moving, right? That's the wind doing that. Alright? And when you're taking that really awesome Instagram photo and you're posing and the wind just hits you in the right position and you're posing and it looks really cool for your Instagram followers. Exactly. Just like that. Alright? We can also hear the wind too. Like it makes like a whoosh, whoosh, kind of sound, right? But you can't actually see wind physically. Alright? It's the same thing works with faith. Alright? We can't actually see God. Alright? But God has done so many amazing things in people's lives, and He even made the earth that we stand on today. Today, we're gonna play an awesome game. Yes, you heard me. It's game time. Alright? The game that we're gonna be playing for today is called Taste Buds. Alright? Basically, it's just a taste test. A blind taste test, if you will. Now, I want to challenge myself. Alright, I work at a fast food chain called Dairy Queen. Alright, and we're famous for our Blizzard treats, which is basically ice cream mixed with candy and all that fun stuff, right? Now, I know what you're thinking. That might be a little easy since you work at Dairy Queen. Maybe that's going to be pretty easy for you. And honestly, you'd be right. But I wanted to challenge myself and I wanted to challenge my coworkers to make the most creative and the most crazy and the most weird blizzards that they can think of. Alright? And anything that we served for food was fair game. Alright, if you want to check out how well I did, here's a clip right now.
My goodness. Oh, is there gravy in here? No. No, man. It tastes like a fry and like milkshake. Is that chicken? Is that chicken in my blizzard? I don't like bananas, dude. Mint? Wait. No! Oh, it was a big bite too, man. Ranch? Oh, I can taste the cheese curd now. Actual good. No, that's not. Oh, that's a big bite. Oh. Whoa. A little bit of a brain freeze, but that's okay. No, what? I just keep tasting carrot. Oh, it's just so strong.
Oh, wow. Every time I think about myself just like watching that and like seeing myself eat that, whew, some of them are pretty not great. Honestly, right now, I'm feeling mood to dance right now. I think it's time for some worship. So everyone, get up. Let's do some worship.
This is my faith, this is my focus. All of my days, I know where my hope is. I live it loud, I shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking to you. I fix my eyes on you. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you. This is my faith, this is my focus. All of my days, I know where my hope is. I live it loud, I shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking to you. I'll fix my eyes on you. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you, oh yeah. Woo! You ready? Come on, let's go. Hands in the air, hands in the air. I know you're there, anywhere, oh. Anywhere. I fix my eyes on you. Hands in the air, hands in the air. I know you're there, anywhere, I fix my eyes on you. And keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking to you. I'll fix my eyes on you. You are my only, you are my only, you is you are my focus. I fix my eyes on you.
You make the darkness run and hide. You bring the broken back to life. Only you can, only you can. You set me free from every chain. You fill my heart with songs of praise. Only you can, only you can. Jesus, you're the only reason that I'm even breathing. I am wide awake. My heart beats only for your glory. My hands reach up for you to hold me. My soul sings, Father, you are holy. My feet dance to your rhythm, to your rhythm. Every beat is calling out your name. You left the glory of your throne to bring this runaway back home. Only you can. is calling, every beat is calling out your name.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Acts, chapter 9, verses 1 through 9.
If anyone was set up for the good life, it was Saul of Tarsus.
Greetings.
Though Saul's family was Jewish, he was also born a Roman citizen. Throughout his life, he was known by 2 different names.
You may call me Saul or Paul.
As a young man, Saul was sent to Jerusalem to study with the famous Rabbi Gamaliel.
Let's see. You have achieved 100% in classical literature, 111% in philosophy, and in ethics, 99%.
Oh, I vow to do better.
Saul became a Pharisee like his father before him. He carefully studied God's law and prayed 3 times a day.
Dear God, help me follow your laws 100% perfectly.
Like the other religious leaders in Jerusalem, though, Saul was caught off guard by the events that surrounded the life and death of Jesus.
Good riddance. Now that fool can't try to overturn God's laws anymore.
Haven't you heard? Jesus' follower says he's returned to life.
They've seen Jesus?
They've seen Jesus.
Those riffraff will slink away soon enough.
Against all odds, the followers of Jesus didn't fade away. In fact, the numbers began to grow.
5,000? You're telling me that 5,000 people are following the way of a dead man?
Well, technically, they think he's alive.
Not helping.
The religious leaders in Jerusalem did everything they could to squash the new movement. They even arrested a leader among the Jesus followers named Stephen. After telling lies about him, they dragged him outside the city.
This man is a disgrace.
Saul stood by and held the coats of the men, who picked up stones and threw them at Stephen, until they killed him.
If Stephen had just let go of this Jesus nonsense, he wouldn't have had to die.
It's terrible. I heard people are following the way of Jesus in other cities too.
What? Inconceivable.
Saul quickly became known for hunting down people who believed in Jesus. When he discovered that some Jews in Damascus were following Jesus, he went straight to the high priest.
This Jesus thing is spreading everywhere.
I'm aware.
They think he's alive.
Hashtag yup.
Someone should do something.
I hope you have something constructive to say.
Give me letters to the synagogues in Damascus so I can arrest all the believers and bring them back here.
Now you're talking.
Saul set off for Damascus with the blessing of the high priest. He traveled with a group of men to arrest the believers they found. After days on the road, they neared the city.
There it is.
We'll make it by lunch.
No, we must take time to pray.
As he did 3 times every day, Saul stopped and turned to Jerusalem to pray, certain God was on his side.
Dear Lord, help me to catch every single one of those despicable Jesus people.
Suddenly, a light more brilliant than the midday sun blazed down around Saul. He staggered, fell to the ground, squeezing his eyes shut against the glare.
Saul, why are you opposing me?
Saul gasped. It felt as though the whole earth shifted beneath him.
Who are you, Lord? I am Jesus. I am the one you are opposing.
The men around Saul stared in horror and confusion, unable to speak. They could see no one, but heard a sound, perhaps like a roar of thunder.
Now get up and go into the city. There you will be told what you must do.
Saul reeled. He struggled to his feet and finally opened his eyes. He saw nothing, only darkness.
What's happened?
You tell us. We saw the light, and you fell, and this sound, and then you said...
I can't see.
What?
I can't see. I've been blinded.
That's not good. Here, take my hand.
Saul grasped the man's hand and shuffled a few steps forward.
Who are you talking to?
I think it was Jesus.
You heard Jesus?
I heard Jesus.
Saul's companions led him into Damascus, where he stayed at the home of a man named Judas on Straight Street.
Want something to eat?
I'm not hungry.
Or water?
Not thirsty.
For 3 days, Saul wrestled with himself and God. He'd come face to face with the very man he knew was dead, but discovered that Jesus was very much alive. Now blind, Saul was forced to see everything in a brand new light.
Wow. No, that was an amazing story. All right, it's crazy to see that how everything changed for Saul when he was on his way to Damascus and he saw Jesus and he met Jesus there. It's really true that God can change the way that you see him, and it's really awesome. All right. Now, it might not be as dramatic as Saul, but God opens up our eyes too, but just in different ways. All right. Now, the bottom line for this week is knowing Jesus changes the way you see everything. All right, let's say it together. Knowing Jesus changes the way you see everything. All right, one more time, we're going to let the whole city of Fredericton know that knowing Jesus, ready, changes the way you see everything. All right, and that still applies for today. All right, now, God might not show us or show up for us in a blinding light, for example. But God still shows himself in many different ways. Right? God shows himself, let's say you're taking a nature walk. You're walking through your neighborhood, through a park, or through the forest. And you just look at all the amazing features of the earth that God had made. And it's so beautiful. Right? Maybe God shows himself through the songs, through worship, and songs that show how much God really loves us. All right. Now, sometimes it's hard, like sometimes you have bad days, but then you just gotta realize that God is still with you, no matter what happens in your life. He's always by your side. Right? Sometimes God will show up when, like through an opportunity, but maybe the opportunity is a little scary. Like going to camp for the first time. It might be a little scary to go away from your parents for a couple of days, but then the payoff is so amazing with camp. All right, you make connections, you grow closer to God, and it's just an amazing experience. Or maybe it's already an amazing experience, like getting baptized. All right, that's such an amazing experience to have, is getting baptized. All right. Now, I want us to grow deeper in knowing Jesus this week. So I want you guys to reach out to a friend or a family member or someone that's not into your normal friend bubble or family group, and just reach out to them and just talk about God with them, guys. That's all I have to say for this week. I hope you guys have an amazing Sunday today. Take care, guys. God bless.
Hello, I'm Lawson, and today's regularly scheduled awesomeness has been canceled. Goodbye. Oh, come on! Have a little faith! I'm not gonna leave you hanging without some serious entertainment and a very cool story. And speaking of faith, well, let me introduce to you this kid named Seth, who goes to the Y camp with my cousin. Seth is super excited for the first day of outdoor adventure camp at the Y. He's even got one of his mom's delicious, ultra ooey gooey cinnamon rolls to eat on the way. But before he can get in the car, some guy on the street drives by going way too fast. The car splashes muddy water all over Seth's new hiking shoes, causing him to drop his delicious, ultra ooey gooey cinnamon roll in the mud. Seth shouts, "No!" Now Seth's gonna show up at camp muddy, late, and hungry. Seth declares, "That guy was awful. People are awful." But Dad points out that Seth's only seen one bad moment. He says for the rest of the day, Seth should focus on the good things you see. And Seth is like, "You're kidding me, right? Especially since it starts to rain again and turns into an epic thundercane. And it's so wet outside that the campers have to start inside. And Seth's already missed learning how to tie different knots. But then this kid Aaron is like, "I got you covered, man." And Aaron shows him how to tie a square knot, a sheet bend, and the ultimate campers tie up a crazy bear chasing me hitch. Then, at lunchtime, this girl named Liza invites Seth to sit with her. And she even shares her trail mix, her amazing ultra crispy, crunchy, extreme trail mix. Then, at the very end of the day, Seth's dad texts that he's running late. 'Cause he's secretly a superhero! Ba-ba-da-da! But the camp director, Miss Abby, hangs out with Seth for a whole half hour. Miss Abby tells these amazing stories about some of the mountains she's climbed, like Mount Everest. And then, when Seth's dad shows up, Seth can't wait to tell Dad about his day. And Dad's like, "What did you see?" Seth admits he saw some great things and adds, "Okay, so people aren't awful." And Dad reminds Seth that God made everyone to reflect who he is. And then Seth and Dad race off to save the world! So kids, when you really use your eyes to look, you can trust that God's up to good stuff. 'Cause faith is trusting in what you can't see because of what you can see. Like how I'm actually super awesome! Go gadget fly! You just gotta have some faith. I'll see you guys next time. Woo! I did it! He's on! I did it!
Sometimes things are out of my control. And sometimes I don't understand why the rolling thunder rolls. But when the rain falls from the sky, the grass turns green, the flowers bloom, and I stop asking why. Because I know with hope there's always a better tomorrow. It's hard to believe the best, but you can't win if you give up. Even if it doesn't work out like I planned, I'm choosing to believe, and I know it's hard to understand. We can't always see the plan, but we have a choice and this is mine. I'm choosing to believe. I'm choosing to believe. When hard things start to come my way, and when it's hard for me to see a brighter day, then I see a rainbow in the sky. I can feel the love around me. I feel like I can fly. Because I know with hope there's always a better tomorrow. It's hard to believe the best, but you can't win if you give up. Even if it doesn't work out like I planned, I'm choosing to believe, and I know it's hard to understand. We can't always see the plan, but we have a choice and this is mine. I'm choosing to believe. It's hard to believe the best, but you can't win understand why rolling thunder